All right, everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something pretty cool, MicroClouds.
MicroClouds, yeah.
Have you heard about these?
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
They're like, imagine having a data center, but like shrunk down like you could fit it in a backpack or something.
Exactly, yeah. So,
It's not just about like, gathering data like those little IoT devices.
right.
This is like bringing the whole power of the cloud, but like right there on the edge.
Yeah, it's edge computing, but with like serious horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. So today we're going to break down how these things actually work.
Okay.
What makes them so different from, just a regular cloud setup,
Right.
and what you could actually use them for, like real world applications.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one thing that keeps popping up in the research is this word straightforward, when they talk about MicroClouds.
Yeah.
But like cloud setups, those are usually, anything by UT straightforward.
Well, they can be pretty complex.
Yeah, so what's the deal? Is this just like marketing hype, or are they really that much easier to work with?
So straightforward doesn't necessarily mean simple, right? You're still dealing with, sophisticated cloud building blocks like virtualization and storage and networking, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way microclouds are designed, it's all about ease of deployment and management.
Okay.
Even in like challenging environments, think like out in the field or on a moving vehicle.
Wow.
You can still have this stable working cloud.
So you're saying it's more about how it's packaged and presented
Exactly.
than like actually simplifying the underlying technology.
Right. It's taking that complex tech and making it, more accessible,
Got it.
more user-friendly, especially for those edge scenarios.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've talked about these kind of complex cloud concepts, but it's surprising to me how simple it can be to actually get started.
Yeah, definitely.
Like one of the things I read said you can get a basic microcloud up and running on just a single machine.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that really true?
You can totally start with just one machine, just to kind of play around with it,
Right.
get a feel for how microclouds work,
Right.
But if you need like rock solid reliability,
Right?
like you absolutely cannot have any downtime.
Yeah, mission critical stuff.
Exactly. Then you're going to need at least 3 systems working together.
Okay, so like little cluster.
Yeah, like a mini data center, basically.
I see.
So it's like, if one system has a problem, the others can pick up the slack.
It's like a safety net.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, it really depends on what you need the microcloud for.
Right.
How important is it that it's always up and running?
Yeah, what level of risk you're willing to accept, I guess.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned scalability earlier.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that just blew me away. Like, you can go from that single workstation setup all the way up to a 50-node cluster.
50 nodes. Yeah.
It's crazy. So it really is like, a data center that could fit on your desk.
Yeah, or like take over your whole apartment, potentially.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
So how they achieve this is through a combination of technologies.
Okay, yeah, walk me through that.
So they use something called LXD, which is for managing virtual machines.
Okay.
So you can run multiple applications on a single physical machine.
So that's how they pack so much power into such a small space.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
Then there's Ceph, which is all about storage.
Okay.
So it makes sure your data is safe, it's easily accessible,
Right.
and it can grow with your needs, so you can add more storage as you go.
Got it.
And then there's OVN, which handles the networking.
Okay, the networking piece.
Yeah, making sure all the different parts of the microcloud can talk to each other smoothly.
So it's like the traffic cop, keeping everything flowing.
Exactly.
Okay, so LXD for the virtual machines, Ceph for the storage, OVN for the networking.
That's the basic tech stack, yeah.
And these are all like considered best in breed, right?
They're really powerful open source tools.
Okay, so they're not just picking random components. They're using stuff that's known to be reliable and efficient.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to get a much better picture of how these microclouds are put together, like the actual nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah.
But I'm still not quite clear on why someone would choose this over, just using a regular cloud service like AWS or Azure or something.
Yeah.
Like, what's the real advantage here?
So think about it this way. Imagine you're running a wind farm
Okay.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Remote location.
Yeah, exactly. And you need to analyze tons of data.
Right, to optimize the energy production, I imagine.
Exactly. And to predict when you might need maintenance.
Okay. Yeah, so you can keep things running smoothly.
Right. But out there, the internet connection might be,
Spotty.
yeah.
Unreliable.
So sending all that data back and forth to a data center somewhere else.
It could take forever.
Yeah. Or it might not even work at all. Exactly. So that's where a microcloud comes in.
Okay.
You put it right there, on site, at the wind farm.
So it's right there where the data is being generated.
Yeah, and it can process everything in real time.
Wow, that's super efficient.
You get lightning-fast processing, no need to rely on that shaky internet connection.
That's a great example.
Yeah, and that's the power of edge computing.
So it's not just about speed. It's about being able to do these complex tasks in places where a regular cloud connection just wouldn't cut it.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And then, for some organizations, security is a huge concern.
Right, especially with all the data breaches we hear about these days.
Exactly. And then there's regulations. Like, some industries have strict rules about where their data can be stored.
Data sovereignty. Yeah.
So for those situations, a microcloud can act as their own private cloud.
Oh, I see.
So they get all the benefits of cloud computing, like flexibility, scalability.
Right, the ability to spin up resources on demand.
Right. Exactly, but in a more controlled environment that they manage themselves.
So it's like, they get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, they get the power and convenience of the cloud.
But without having to trust their data to a third-party provider.
Exactly. They have complete control.
It's like having your cake and eating it, too.
Yeah. It's a really compelling option for a lot of organizations.
And then there's this other use case that I hadn't even thought of until I read about it.
Oh, yeah.
Using MicroClouds for simulations and testing.
Right. That's a really interesting one.
Yeah, like the source mentioned developers or researchers using them to try out different setups without needing a ton of hardware.
Yeah, it's a really smart way to do it.
So they can spin up a microcloud, run their tests, and then just shut it down when they're done.
Exactly.
It's super efficient.
It's way faster, and it avoids all the headaches of managing a full-blown production environment.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's a great tool for experimentation and innovation.
So to recap, it sounds like microclouds offer a really powerful and flexible way to approach, not just edge computing,
right,
but also private cloud deployments and even complex testing environments.
Exactly. They're pretty versatile.
They're really impressive.
Yeah, and as our world moves towards more, distributed computing.
Right, with data needing to be processed closer to where it's generated.
Exactly. Microclouds offer a really interesting path forward.
Like a solution to those challenges.
Yeah, so if you've ever been frustrated by the limitations of traditional cloud setups,
or wished you could bring heavy-duty computing power to the edge,
a microcloud might be just what you need for your next project.
Think about the possibility.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
That's a wrap for this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you found this exploration of microclouds as interesting as we did.
Yeah, definitely.
Until next time, happy exploring.
See ya.
If this tech tutorial was helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. For more detail, you can visit our blog website www.evergreentechtips.com.